They called it Ghost Shrine. That wasn't its actual name, but that's what most people called it. A relatively new shrine that combined 8 others from the local area. Its close proximity to a supposedly haunted tunnel saw the newly built shrine become haunted as well. Or so they said. He got on his bike with a bunch of friends, and they decided to pay the ghost shrine a visit. See if it really was as haunted as people said it was. When they arrived, they stood before the shrine gate and took a commemorative photo together. Then they went inside and climbed the stairs. They stood side by side in a single line as they went up, and yet he felt someone tapping his shoulder. He turned around. No one was there. They explored the dark shrine but found little evidence of the supposed ghosts. Disappointed, they went home. As he got into bed that night, however, everything changed. Shortly after falling asleep, he woke up again. Only now, he couldn't move. Sleep paralysis. He struggled to move, to scream, to do anything. Yet, he could do nothing. He looked around the room, his eyes the only part of him still free, and saw it. An unknown woman sitting on top of him, her hands moving towards his neck. "Remember," she said, before suddenly disappearing. A few days later, his friend developed the photo they had taken before the shrine gate. His own face was blurred and pale. Looking closer, it appeared that another face was floating above his own. That of the woman who had nearly choked him that same night. He took the photo to see a famous exorcist and had both himself and the photo cleansed. He wasn't sure what it was that the woman wanted him to remember, but he would make sure to never go back to that shrine again. Zukawa Shrine, or as it's popularly known, the Ghost Shrine, is technically a collection of 8 different shrines that were combined and moved to its current location in 1908. It wasn't always known as Ghost Shrine, however, and this appears to be a more recent occurrence. So, how did this shrine full of history come to be known as haunted? In 1931, the Tsutsura Tunnel was built. It saw a healthy amount of traffic until 1979, when the new Tsutsura Tunnel was built nearby. Although the old tunnel remained open, most traffic diverted to the newer, larger tunnel, and before long, it came to be known as a ghost spot. A woman supposedly lit herself on fire inside the tunnel and died, and people who chose to drive through it came out the other side with mysterious tire punctures, or suffered from sleep paralysis when they got home. It's also said that in the past, there used to be an execution ground near where the old tunnel was built, and those who were killed there had their heads thrown into the nearby river, which is how it got the name Zukawa, literally River of Heads. This river also happens to flow right past Zukawa Shrine. Once rumours of the old tunnel being haunted began, it didn't take long for those same rumours to spread to the nearby shrine, and now they're considered a set. If you're going to visit one, you might as well visit the other. In addition to the old Tsutsura Tunnel, the ghost of a woman is also said to appear at Zukawa Shrine. Whether this is the same woman is unknown, but it's not uncommon to see her ghostly visage around the shrine. Although if you're lucky enough not to see her, you might still hear her cries coming from somewhere deep in the shrine grounds. In addition to the ghostly woman, you'll find 2 shrine gates in the shrine grounds. If you happen to find a third, however, count yourself especially unlucky. If you come across this third shrine gate that isn't supposed to exist, you'll be cursed. There is also a large sacred tree in the shrine grounds. There have been numerous rumours of deaths taking place at this holy tree over the years, although there has never been any proof. As it stands now, the lowest branch on the tree is far too high for anyone to reach without an incredibly long ladder anyway, so chances are the stories are just that. A little something extra to add to the atmosphere of Ghost Shrine. In reality, Zukawa Shrine is well maintained and highly regarded by locals. You can find a memorial stone near the edge of the shrine grounds, dedicated to the soldiers who lost their lives in the Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905. And the shrine is considered to be a peaceful place of rest. People have long visited it to pray and pay their respects, and it's only in recent years that it's been associated with the nearby haunted tunnel, and seemingly dragged into its story. To many, Zukawa Shrine is actually considered a power spot, and not a ghost spot. It's a place where you can recharge and revive your energy with the clean, pure air and atmosphere that the resident kami provide. Whether you believe it's haunted or blessed, however, there's no denying that Zukawa Shrine is an important spiritual site for those who live nearby. If you get the chance, pay it a visit sometime. Just be careful not to stumble across that third shrine gate. It was a strange shrine, located somewhere up the mountain with no buildings to speak of. Once you passed through the gate, the shrine was the mountain itself, really. At first, he thought that perhaps the shrine building had burnt down or something, but that wasn't the case. The small cave just past the gate was the shrine. And something about the area was odd. He couldn't hear any wildlife. No birds, no insects, nothing, despite them being alone on a mountain. Nervously, he put his hands together in prayer. If nothing else, he just wanted to safely get back down the mountain. Whatever kami-sama resided here, please grant him just that. And, as if in response to his prayer, suddenly the mountain seemed to spring to life. Birds chirped. Insects cried. The mountain was alive, and that bizarre sensation like they were in another world was gone. He and his friend were able to safely go back down the mountain, but he couldn't forget how strange it all felt. Mount Kurakake can be found straddling the cities of Utsunomiya and Nikko in Tochigi Prefecture. It's just shy of 500 meters tall, and over the years has been selected as one of the top 100 mountains in Tochigi, and one of the 7 famous mountains of Otani. Its name also comes from its shape. It's said to look like a horse's saddle. And on this mountain, you can find a shrine, although at a glance, you might not even realize that's what it is. Partway up the mountain trail, you can find a shrine gate, and past that, there's a small cave. That's it. That's the shrine. It's said that the mountain itself acts as the Goshintai, the physical body a kami-sama inhabits, so there's no need for any buildings. You are, in essence, already walking on the sacred spirit simply by being there on the mountain. Rumors suggest this location used to be sacred ground for those practicing Shugendo, but that remains unverified. There's a hiking course that will lead you straight to the shrine, so it's not especially hard to reach or hidden either. But those who have visited the site claim that it's rather eerie for a shrine. Sometimes it's a little too quiet. Other times, it's like somebody is watching you, even though nobody else is there. And, most popularly, people claim that the spirits of an elderly couple haunt the shrine to this day. This part of the story is interesting because nobody seems to know where it came from. Researching the shrine brings up website after website, tweet after tweet, mentioning the elderly couple said to haunt the shrine, yet nobody knows who they are, why they're there, how long they've been there, or, quite frankly, anything about them. This story likely spread as someone's personal experience during the early years of the internet, and nowadays can no longer be traced, but ultimately it remains a mystery. It's just taken for granted when talking about the supernatural aspects of the shrine. It's possible this story came about because of how dangerous the mountain is. The trail is rather dangerous in parts, and over the years, numerous people have actually fallen to their deaths there. Dead bodies have been found at the bottom of cliffs, and naturally, rumours spread that many of these people jumped as well. Either way, the high number of deaths on this sacred mountain has given it a reputation on scary corners of the internet, and many claim that jibakure, ghosts that are tied to one particular area and are unable to move on, are especially numerous near the shrine. It's for this reason that the atmosphere seems to change once you get near the shrine. It's why you might feel eyes on you even though nobody else is there, or why you might hear strange noises. Or perhaps even worse, no noises at all. But unlike most of the locations you can find in this series, most people's first impression of Mount Kurakake Shrine isn't that it's haunted. It's simply an interesting shrine located on a mountain that doesn't have any buildings. But for those who are into that sort of thing, it also holds a second, slightly more terrifying reputation. But what did you guys think of this one? Let me know in the comments below, and if you'd like to help support this channel so you can see more content like this, please consider hitting that join button down below as well. Every bit of support really helps. Thanks guys, and I'll see you again next time.